Jose Martinez, and I'm affected with the Mandela effect, but with the different effect. I don't believe my Bible is changing. I don't believe my life or reality is changing in any way. Everything is the same. Nothing has changed. It's only different. We see differences, not changes. The reason I'm making this video is because people want to know how I turned the Mandela effect into a positive thing and how I go about it. And so I wrote down some notes, and if I go on the street and I see a good person doing a good deed, or if you see somebody on the street helping somebody cross the street, or somebody paying for gas, that's a good deed. So I kind of look for those things, and I go up to them and it's like, is it okay if I give you a gift or bless you with the blessing from Jehovah? And this is like, why? It's like, well, you were nice, you went out of your way to do a good deed, and I want to let you know that you're and if it's okay for me to share some information about why you are a good person and why you're helping others. And they says, yeah, it's okay. And then you go ahead and deliver. And first I will ask them if they believe in Jehovah, or if they believe there's a thing like a supreme creator that created, the earth, and there's somebody in charge, or somebody there that is in control. And he goes, yeah, I believe in Jehovah. And said, well, I don't have a Bible. I'm not a religious person. I'm hocus pocus. This is not magic. This comes from my heart. And the reason I'm asking to see if you believe there's a creator is because to me you're an angel with no wings. That's why you're a good person. And all you have to do is answer more small questions to prove that you're an angel, and that you were sent here to help this planet, to improve it, and to prove to you that you were sent from heaven. And they go, okay, well, go ahead. So yeah, just make sure you have the questions written down. That way it takes less time. And I always have a book with you with the questions, or you can make copies. And this is the questions I ask, and I'll show you. That way you can make copies of it. Here's the first questions. Here's second questions. So I go ahead and ask them, what color is the sun? And you can make a little circle, little circle with little that resembles the sun, and you ask them, what color is the fire? And they go like, just, you think the sun is on fire, right? And you go, yeah. I said, well, just write down the colors that you think the sun is. And he goes, okay. Well, next question is, what pyramid is the largest pyramid of Giza? Out of the 3 pyramids, which one it is, the one that you think is the biggest pyramid of Giza? And they'll mark it down. And then I ask them, what do you remember the Monopoly man wearing a monocle, yes or no? And he goes, yeah, I remember. And then you just write down yes. Do you remember the North Pole? The North Star Polaris? And I go, no, I'm not familiar with the North Star. He said, look, okay. Well, when army were trained, in case they get lost in the jungles, they will look up, and they will look up, find the North Star to find their bearings, to make sure they don't get lost again, or go, so they can find their way back home. And they go, yeah. I said, okay. So you go, yes. Do you remember the North Pole, where Santa Claus lives at? And he goes, yeah, the North Pole, yeah. So what do you remember the North Pole? Do you remember polar bears? And he goes, yeah. Do you remember the Eskimos and the igloos that they made out of square eyes, and they cut it and they build houses. And look, yeah. And it says, do you remember the dog sleds that they used to use with huskies? And like, yeah. So you just string them along, and then you go to the next question. Where is the location? Here's Canada, here's USA. Where's the location of South America? Just draw it wherever you think the South America is, and then they'll draw it. They'll put a circle. And then, have you ever heard of the Great Wall of China? And it goes, yeah, everybody has. It's like, okay. How about the Great Wall of Pakistan? He goes, no. How about the Great Wall of India? And they'll go, no. They're like, oh, okay, that's weird. And have you ever heard of the Ed McMahon delivering giant checks to people in a white van? Carrying a check and big balloons and $1 million checks. And like, yeah, I remember that. So you go, yes. And then they will ask, it's like, what does this has to do with Jehovah? What does this have to do with me being an angel or an angel with no wings? What is this? All these questions have to do with it. They kind of get angry. So like, well, I just wanted to point out to you that you don't belong here. You were sent to this earth to spread your goodness. And that's why you're helping people, is because to me you came from heaven. Because to me you came from heaven. Because to me you came from heaven. And the 6 questions I asked you, they don't exist. Well, what do you mean? I said, well, you answered the sun different colors. And the sun is white. Look at the sun. It's white. And I'll take a picture, I zoom it in, and I show them the sun is white. How come you didn't say it was white? The pyramids of Giza, there's 2 pyramids that are equal size. There's 2 great pyramids on this earth that there are the same size. And it goes, no way. It says, you can look, I'm going to give you these papers and you can look at it for yourself. The Monopoly guy never had a monocle, but you said yes, it never had one. And you did remember the North Star, and it goes, yeah, it doesn't exist. You go out at night and you try to go look for it, it doesn't exist. That means you're somewhere else. What the hell is going on, The reason you're doing the good deeds, or maybe you're having trouble with life, is because Jehovah sent you here to help people. No matter if you're still helping people, no matter if you're broke, if you're rich, because you're a good person in your heart. And I just wanted to give you that message, because to me, you're an angel with no wings. So I believe Jehovah sent you here so you can educate, to help people, and to teach people how to be a good person, because I believe you're the light of the world. You're a very rare person to find on this earth that is very evil. I tell them that, you're a blessing to this earth. And if you want, you can go to Google Earth and you can find South America is close to Africa. It's like 2,000 miles away from Africa. And the penguins no longer live on the North Pole. They live in Africa. There's penguins in Africa. And they go, well, you can find all this information. I'll leave you all this information with you so you can verify it on your own time, because I don't want you to think that I'm lying. And you can go on Walmart, you can go to Google Maps, or go to the library and find the North Pole, see if you can find the igloos, the Eskimos, everything that we talked about. It doesn't exist. And then I leave. I never mention the Mandela effect, and I never mention changes. Even if they find the Mandela effect while they're searching, they have the mentality that they're truly here to help humanity, and they're here to help because Jehovah sent them to this place. and maybe they'll catch on to be more aware or more vigilant of what their surroundings are, and maybe they'll find out the Mandela effect eventually. But today they're going to go crazy, but in church. They're going to go to church and they're going to give thanks to Jehovah. That's the kind of craziness that I want to see with the people, praying to God and worshiping Jehovah, because we do have proof that we're somewhere else. And that's how I use the Mandela effect, to be a good positive message and not to screw up their lives like the Mandela has been doing to people. Because once you talk about changes, you tell them they live in a simulation, you live inside the matrix, CERN did it, you know, it screws up your life. You're gonna lose your marriages, you're gonna lose your friends, you're gonna lose your family, because the Mandela to me is very satanic, and it shows because people are getting possessed because they're going against the Bible and they're going against Jehovah. So take your pick of how you're gonna deliver the message, but this is how I do it, and I hope this video will help you to maybe understand what Dale DeFace theory is doing in my life, and I haven't been able to debunk it. This is why I'm a firm believer in his theory, or else you won't be seeing me making videos and making a fool out of myself here. But I'm really trying to bring out that message, positive message about the Mandela effect. As you can see, I have a lot of notes, and it's very hard for me to make a video and to speak. So it takes a lot of effort and sweat and a lot of erasing and retakes. But I'm just gonna go ahead and print this video out because I believe this is very important for people to hear. And thank you for listening, and see you on the next video.